there everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to yet another video, and it is match preview time on the channel yet again as Bristol City go up to the northeast to face Middlesbrough at the Riverside. Let's talk about it. Straight off the bat, Bristol City, last time out, a 1-0 defeat at home to Sheffield United. That makes it 3 without a win and just 1 point in those 3 games, with the last win being away at West Brom. Only 2 wins in their last 6, and that is quite concerning as well. Not enough points on the board, not getting what we deserve for performances, and quite honestly being a bit too naive and giving away cheap goals in very good situations when we have the momentum in games. Middlesbrough, last time out, a 3-1 win away at Hull City. Michael Carrick's first win as Boro manager, and he'll be looking to maintain that momentum with making it a first win at the Riverside under his reign as well. So Bristol City are going to have to be very wary of this game. That is for sure. For Middlesbrough, Chris Wilder was their manager at the start of the season. He was sacked after a very poor start of the season, leaving the club in the relegation zone. Leo Perkovic took over for a set amount of time. Couldn't get Middlesbrough completely away from the battle, but did get them out of the relegation zone, and that left a good ground for Carrick to work on. Now Michael Carrick has managed 2 games for Middlesbrough so far, a win away at Hull and a defeat away at Preston, so this will be his first home game, and I'm sure he will be looking to get the Riverside fans on side. Bristol City, well, last time out away from home, we lost 2-0 away at Reading, but before that it was a 2-0 win away at West Brom, so we're not really sure where to stand on away games this season. In terms of where we are in the away league table, we are 16th at the moment, and Middlesbrough, well, they're 14th in the home league table, so not really much in between. If you could argue, maybe Middlesbrough is slightly better at home as well. So, those are how both teams go into this game. In terms of team news for City, well, Tim Closer is expected to return to the starting 11 after regaining fitness, as well as the suspension of George Tanner against Sheffield United. He will serve a 3-match suspension for City. Campering and Zach Viner will partner him, probably in the only real change in the squad's fitness going into this game. This won't be an easy game by any means for City, but we have to rely on our front players to tick in this game. Up against a Middlesbrough back 3 that hasn't been that good this season, hence why they're below us. We need to make sure we are at it from the get-go, but we're going to also have to be very wary of their attack, including Juba Akpom. Duncan Watmore for Middlesbrough is a doubt, but they do have some good players going up top in the likes of Trigo Muniz, Juba Akpom, Marcus Forss, some players who have excelled this season despite Middlesbrough's struggles as well. So we're going to have to be wary of that. Also going to have to be very wary we don't get sucked back in, and we also have to make sure we express ourselves and hurt Middlesbrough in what we're doing. Middlesbrough actually reverted to a 4-4-2 in their last game, which got them the win away at Hull, with Lenihan and Fry being the preferred centre-backs. Ryan Giles has moved to more of a conventional left-back positions, with Tommy Smith as a right-back and Isaiah Jones actually playing as a right winger. Howson and Hayden Hackney played in the midfield pivot, with Riley McGree, who's normally in the midfield, playing on the left-hand side, with Chuba Akpom and Marcus Forss up top. So Bristol City, I thought, you would be expecting to play a Middlesbrough side who are playing a back 3, with Fry, McNair, Lenihan probably making up the back 3. But now it's just Fry and Lenihan, and they've switched to a back 4 with a 4-4-2. What we showed against Sheffield United is that when we come up against the midfield 2, we can be dominant. And that's what we did against Ollie Norwood and John Fleck. If Middlesbrough stick with the 4-4-2, I'm hoping for a similar situation where we've outrun them in midfield with Alex Scott, Matty James, and really just dictate the tempo from there, because they do have a few players on the bench who could come in and make it a midfield three, like Alex Mauer and Matt Crooks, but not quite James McAtee level. And, just sitting there and passing levels are not quite as good as that, which we just, after the substitution, we struggled against. So hopefully, if we're sticking with the 4-4-2, we can replicate what we did in the first 30 minutes against Sheffield United and really dominate their midfield too. Despite saying what I've just said, we're not in a good run of form at all. I don't think the squad is very high on confidence, and after draining midweek, it really was draining, I feel like this will be another tough test to go up north, all the way up there, probably in a bus journey. It's not going to be a very easy game at all for City. This is going to be a very tough game. They're going to be physical in how they play. They're going to be reverting to, again, I said 4-4-2. Normally associate that with a Burnley level, Sean Dyche level. But this is, again, going to be a tough game for City. I have a little doubt about that, really. We're gonna have to be dominant in midfield, otherwise this is just going to be another Middlesbrough walk over us. But if we can be dominant midfield, I feel like we can get a point from Boro, which I'd probably take at this point in time. In terms of how I expect us to line up, still Max in goal, Closer, Pring, Viner, Sykes, right wing back probably, James Scott, De Silva, Vyman, but I want Vyman to do what he did in the first 30 minutes against Sheffield United and be at that midfield three and press and almost hound them off the ball. And Conway, probably Wells as well. So that means there's no room for Anton Semenyo in this side. What really frustrated me against Sheffield United and against Swansea was the substitutions. It's the same substitutions week in, week out. Same players coming off, same players coming on. There's no variety in the substitutions, and there's no variety in when we're making these substitutions. It's always, 60th minute, Bristol City going to make a sub. Half time, Bristol City might make a sub. 15 minutes to go, Bristol City, there we go, make a sub. There's just no variety in the substitutions. We always have to keep the opposition thinking. We're just not doing that, and I expect a manager of Nigel Pearson's calibre and experience to be able to do that, and he just isn't doing that at this moment in time, which is incredibly frustrating as a City fan. It's just not what I expected when Pearson was hired. Expected a bit more of a variety, a bit more, maybe at times just something different, change the formation up. And it's always Wells off, Martin on, Semenyo for either Conway or Vyman or whoever it is, and it's always a midfielder, Joe Williams coming on, or it's just ridiculous. And it's quite frankly, I think the opposition have worked and learned how to neutralise substitutions. Against Swansea especially, we got weaker after substitutions. We didn't have to make subs. We did. We got weaker after it. We looked quite solid. Didn't look solid anymore. Just doesn't work. And that's unfortunately why I'm going to go for a Middlesbrough win. Despite all of that, I just can't see us getting anything from this game. The Middlesbrough home crowd will be rocking. We'll be fully behind Michael Carrick. And we're going to have to be up against it from minute one. We just won't be able to do that, will we? Just look at our record when we're under pressure. The slightest bit of pressure against Sheffield United eliminated I had. The space of the box, and he scored. It's just not good enough. We just get suckered in too easily. We're just a bit too naive at this moment in time, which I again don't expect, or didn't expect, but I do expect it now. So I'm going for a Middlesbrough 2, Bristol City 1. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section below. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like. If you haven't already, subscribe to the A. Robin Stalk YouTube channel for more Bristol City content. And keep safe. I'll catch you all later very soon. Cheers.